Again?
Hey, Magic Makers. I'm Mombirella.
And I'm Yukita Cosplay.
And we don't have CJ with us today, unfortunately, so y'all keep her in your thoughts and prayers. She's having some issues, but she is okay. She is back home right now, so she's resting today. We told her to take today off because we love her very much, so we miss you, CJ.
Yes.
But I am I am out of town right now, so I have my temporary replacement wand, which is full of potassium, so it's very, very healthy choice.
Banana! She's a minion today, guys. That's
Yes!
what that is. She's a minion.
Yes.
See? When CJ's away, the girls will play.
Oh, we are actually waiting on our guest to join us. She's running a little bit behind as well, so it's a little wonky today, but you know.
Such as, I mean, you know, we're always chaotic to begin with, so this just adds. That's just how we are. We're just chaos. Chaos.
The mischief
Chaos
is not
incarnate.
the mischief is not currently managed, so you know.
That's right. That's okay because
But
we went to go see Night. That was fun.
okay, hold on, wait.
Concert.
Before we forget the intro part, though, that CJ usually does. Welcome today to Magic Making Mischief. So get your wands to the ready because we're
we're up to no good.
Up to no good.
Banana.
Oh my goodness.
We're off to a great start, guys.
Yes. All right. So let me make sure I can see comments. And we have some highs. Hi to Marissa.
Hello.
And Jeremy Vander. I'm sorry I did not bring my awesome wand today.
I know. For shame.
Yeah. I'm definitely hoping she feels better soon.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And
yes, because I know y'all know that she's been going through the cancer treatments and stuff, and she just finished her radiation not too long ago. So, yay! We're praying for good things right now. So, lots of stuff going on there. That's a lot.
In other news.
So we will introduce our guest as soon as she comes on. Till then, last Saturday, Yukita and I got a chance to go see, Night in concert, which was our guest last week.
Yes. Oh
and
it was so fun.
Really great. Yes.
I got a t-shirt and it's signed.
I think we all got different t-shirts almost, I think. They had good selection.
No, someone matched me. I think Mio and I have the same shirt. I think Mio and I have the same shirt. We're twinning. Because
they had one of the bats. That was yes.
And Casey got the one with the cat on it, the goth cat.
Yes, the too spooky goth cat. I have a video coming from the concert because it was a lot of fun, and I love their table, how they had it set up with like the little like goth cat picture, like it was a memorial. It was like the best table set up with like the flowers and like, oh, poor goth cat. But they had a couple of opener bands that were really good too, and we have a funny story about one of them actually. But hold on just a minute because our guest is here to join us.
Yes,
Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I had some family matters I had to take care of.
No worries. Thank you so much for joining us. We're actually on the air now, so we went ahead and got started.
So this is the amazing Zoe, and she is the front man for Rozy. Oh my goodness! I've been so excited to have you on the pod, my dude.
Welcome.
Amazing singer too.
Thank you guys so much. I'm looking forward to being here. I'm so grateful. I'm excited.
I love everything you do. So I'm going to start you off with a cute little question. What started your love of music? Like, how young were y'all when you got into your music? Like, what struck your chord?
So my parents, I'll like bring it all the way back. My parents were high school sweethearts. My dad was in a band. And my dad was a drummer, and my mom like always knew one of her kids was going to be a musician. And my dad actually was like, no, let them, if they want to do it, let them do it. If they don't, like, don't let them do it, or don't force them to do it. And so around the time I was like 10 or 11, the game Rock Band came out, and like Guitar Hero, so like Guitar Hero 3 was like my thing. And we had a babysitter that was like across the street from us, and she had twins, and they had the game Rock Band. And so that's kind of how we were like, okay, cool. And so my mom like one day saw my sister like keep a beat on her like legs, and she was like, hey, you wanna play drums? And my sister was like, sure. My sister like, we were like 9, 10. And the next day my mom went out, bought a whole drum set from the pawn shop, and just showed up at the house with it.
Wow.
I love the supportiveness.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. And then my sister, she got this new thing, and I was like, I want to play something. And she's like, what? My mom was like, because she knew my like work ethic was very like, she actually needs to stick to it, So she was like, well, what do you want to play? And I was like, I'll play guitar. So she went and bought me a guitar, and I had assumed if you played guitar, you automatically had to sing. Don't know why.
Oh.
But that's just kind of how that worked out. And then, one thing led to another, and now here I am.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so neat.
So you just became multi-talent because you thought that was the way it had to be.
Girl.
Awesome.
Fun fact, I'm left-handed. But when my mom and my dad were like teaching me, like, when I went to get my guitar, my mom was like, well, do you want to play left-handed guitar? Do you want to play right-handed guitar? And I was like, I'll play right-handed guitar. And then she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, because all the pretty guitars are right-handed. That was a little. I was like, yeah, why not? And so, yes, ma'am.
I got a comment down here from Princess Tian. She's one of my favorite ladies, y'all.
Yay.
Love you.
Love you so much.
We love you, Princess Tian.
It's funny. I was going through some old pictures today. I had to pull up her picture in the cosplay from Kimo Kawaii. The year that she won the contest with like the big witch
Dark Magician girl.
Dark Magician. There we go. I couldn't think of the name of it. And I showed it to my husband because I'm like, this is the one friend that I keep saying. And I think because he always sees her in different cosplays, he couldn't like connect. And you know how cosplay friends can. And so I was like, this is the friend. He goes, oh, yeah, I know who that is. I'm like, I know you know who that is.
Right?
So he finally knows which friend you are. So
speaking of cosplay, Zoe also cosplays.
Ooh.
Yes. I remember seeing you for the first time as Jolteon with the Evolutions.
Oh, yeah.
You're so cute.
That was such a last minute thing. I think there was a Jolteon that was originally scheduled to be like with the girls, and Paris actually messaged me. She's like, hey, so someone dropped out. Do you want to, I know it's last minute, but do you want to be part of this? I was like, sure, yeah, why not? I was like, do I need to play? And she was like, no, it's already provided. I was like, sign me up. Let's go.
Nice. Love.
Oh.
There you go.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about the band and what is the genre of music that y'all play?
So my band we do kind of a lot of everything. Our original music is very like alternative rock. We like to say that we're like Van Halen meets Paramore.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Power, but like all of us, we have very much like 80s influences. So like, like a lot of Motley Crue, a lot of obviously a lot of Van Halen. And we grew up with a lot of that kind of music. So we just like to influence that into what we play. And so that's kind of like what our genre is. We also do cover shows on the side. So like, cause like, that's kind of how we get paid. We'll do like 4-hour cover shows or long shows, but we usually do those on the weekends, and we do everything from like the Eagles to Bruno Mars to the Bee Gees to, we're just now starting to get into a little more country. Like we got a Dierks Bentley song we're doing, and
oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Yeah. We should rock it out a little bit, but like, yeah, we keep
versatile.
Yes,
some variety.
Yes, we love that.
Nice.
So what's the story behind the name Rozy? Where did that come to play?
So actually it's my father. So my sister and I, we were a duo for a long time, and we were under a different name. And when 2018 came around, my sister was like, no, we need to change this. We need to change this. Like, we're getting older, you know, like, let's do something different. And so my dad actually came up with it, and it's supposed to be a take on Rosie the Riveter. Like, you know, we can do it from World War II.
Cute.
So that whole era.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like women, you know, they went and they took place of the men in the workforce while the men went and fought. And so we took that and did a little spin on it, kind of, but we wanted to keep it true to, like, bottom line, no matter what your circumstances are, or, like, you know, what people say you can or can't do, like, you can do anything you put your mind to, like, you know. And so that's kind of what Rosie is, and that's what the whole, like, the backstory behind that.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
She's so cute. Rosie the Riveter. We can rock out.
Exactly.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
goodness. Ooh. Do tell. So I know my favorite song is Crybaby because obviously. Do you want to know what's the first song you ever wrote?
Oh gosh.
And who writes the songs for Rosie?
So if you look, I will leave you. Okay, so our old band name was called Starflight, and if you look on YouTube, you can find some stuff. Man, shoot. I think when we were we were like 5th grade, my parents let us take a songwriting class from this lady out of New York. Her name was Lynn Verlaine. And from her, she helped me, like, figure out how to, like, write songs and construct them. And the first song I ever wrote was a song called Shine. And it was like, you know, you're not going to dim my light. Like, you know, I'm an individual and I'm proud of who I am. And that was very much like the catapult for a lot of, like, the stuff that, like, I write about now. You know, at the end of the day, like, you know, God made you and you're one of a kind. No one could ever replace you. And so, like, I think it's important to, like, showcase that, you know.
I love that.
So, yeah.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
Love it.
So, do you have any upcoming shows?
We do. Actually, yeah, we have in the spring area, February 22nd, we'll be at Sawyer Park. We're doing a headlining show there.
Headliners.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
And then, excuse me, very random. We just got offered this like a week or so ago. We're actually opening up for Flowrider in Beaumont.
Whoa!
Worlds colliding.
Whoa!
Just like a last minute offer we got. We're like, yeah, bro, let's go.
Oh my goodness. He's a big one. Okay.
We used to cover his music all the time. But yeah, they're playing at the Beaumont, I think it's the Beaumont Arena, and we're playing either, I don't know if we're playing inside or outside. But yeah, we're playing with him March 1st, and then our next like biggest one, we're opening up for Gene Simmons at the House of Blues, Houston,
Oh, wow.
May 4th.
Wow.
gosh.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
that's
actual rock stars, my dudes.
I'm so excited.
exciting.
Dude, yeah, I'm like super stoked for that one. That one's gonna be like yeah, my brain when we got offered that, I was like, because I saw it and I was like, let me see, can I like ask someone? So I asked, excuse me, someone that I had known in like the industry, and man, I knew that was God, because within like normally like things like that will take like a few hours to a few days before you confirm. Man, within like 2 hours, it was confirmed, ready to go. Like, and we have to do nothing. We just show up and play. Like, we don't have to worry about ticket sales. It's very, because, you know, obviously he's Gene Simmons, you know. So,
Obviously, yeah.
yeah, so we just show up and play, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm so stoked.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
You,
Girl.
thank you.
Wow. See, I wanted to do rock stuff like that, but I can play ukulele.
Oh, period. That's what's up. I can't play lately. Let's go. Let's go.
Fun fact, that's actually, you see my name Yukita over here. Okay,
Yeah.
let me give you a little fun fact to go with this musicalness that we got going on.
Yeah.
So, Yukita is actually longer hand for my Ren Fair nickname, which is Uke, because I used to go around the campgrounds. Oh, she'll be back. I used to go around the campgrounds playing my ukulele for everyone. And it was like the Pied Piper, but with weird people. So
that's cool. I love that.
And just strum along. They'd be like, whoa, what's going on? That's some rad music. And I'm like, hey, yo.
I love that. That's so cool. That's super cool.
And the name variation happened from, okay, so there's this band called Tartanic that is very popular with TRF. And one of the old drum players, Sean Malley. We're still friends, but like when I was telling him about my name, he was like, I stayed in Hawaii for quite some time, and they pronounce ukulele like ukulele. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. And he was telling me more of the story, and he's like, but you're little, so it would be like ukita. So that's yeah. And I'm
I love
like, okay, cool. So you basically renamed me Yukita.
That's
I
cool.
just went with Yukita because it's a lot easier than Ukita.
Fair.
So yeah, that's neat. I was
That's so cute. I love that. And
like,
it's
yeah, I
amazing.
do things sometimes. Oh my goodness.
I love
Ooh.
it.
Now I do have questions about your bandmates. How did they come to be?
So to shoot, man. It's something crazy. So obviously my drummer's my sister, so built in,
Of course.
we've been playing for a long time, and we were a duo for a long time too. Think like Black Keys kind of style, White Stripesy.
Cool.
and so we did that for a long time. We did.
Sorry. Apparently my wife, yeah, hotel Wi-Fi. Yes, exactly.
That part.
Sorry about that, guys. Oh,
You're
by
good.
the way, Crit Trivia says hi. Hi, guys.
Hello.
But yeah, so my sister and I, we were a duo for a long time, and a lot of our like advisors and stuff, they're like, you need a third person because like it sounds good, but it just needs to be fuller. So we eventually were like looking, and we found my dad actually, one of his old bandmates was like, hey, so I have a cousin, and he's actually a guitar player, but he can play bass. And so we were like, okay, well, like we'll interview him. I think I was like 16, 15 at the time, and Brandon joined, and we were a trio for a long time, and then it came to a point where we were like, okay, well, Brandon's originally like a guitar player, and he's really good, so we were like, well, why don't we just shove him and like make him a guitar player and go look for another bass player. So we went through like 4 or 5 bass players. No one just really was able to stick, and it's understandable. Like I feel like playing the music is one thing, but also gelling with one another, it's just as important.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, it's like a marriage. You're all married to each other. You have to get along with each other. Like this is just what you do.
Yeah, your family.
Exactly. And so we had actually came across Eris because one of my friends is a country artist, and he was her guitar player when she was out in California, and he came down originally to work with another country artist, but secretly we were I was going back and forth with my homegirl. I was like, hey. And then she was like, say less. I got you. That's literally how it came to be. We had him join us for like 2 shows, and we were like, dude, he fits so well. Please let him stay. He wants to stay in the band. And so Eris has been with us since 2023, so like 2 years now.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Y'all so fancy. I love it.
So much. I appreciate it. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Okay, so I noticed the colors. Like y'all have specific colors. So how does that come to be?
So when we did the Crybaby EP, we came out with that last year, and while we were coming out with it, we worked with a guy, and he was like, here's my storyboard for Crybaby. And because I told him what it was about and stuff, and he was like, I know anime, you guys like anime. So he's like, have you heard of Cowboy Bebop? And I was like, I have heard of Cowboy Bebop. He's like, so if you look at and he showed the artwork, and everybody had their own color, and so he was like, I think if everybody has their own color, it'll come across more like, everybody pretty much has their own color, their own personality. It's very like uniform, but also individualized,
Like the Powerpuff Girls with the music.
Right.
Yes, exactly. And
There
so
you
that's
go.
kind of what we did, and it just kind of stuck. I mean, we did it for the year, but honestly, we're probably going to keep it for a while just because I feel like a lot of people are just now like associating that sort of thing. And whether it be like this big thing or just like subtle, we enjoy it though. And we like to keep it like that. So
See, that's neat. Okay, I got not a weird question, but a follow-up question. What's your actual favorite color?
Red.
I mean, what gave it away? The locks? Couldn't be.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's so funny. I feel like I've had red hair since 2017. And it kind of worked out because like school, going to public school, you're not really allowed to have colored hair.
Yeah.
But my school, our colors were red and gray and white, and so I kind of did it, and I was like, yeah, why not?
You're like school
And
spirit.
exactly. I'm not gonna lie, I did that, and I was like, listen, you can't tell me I don't have school spirit. And they were like, the principal at the time, he was really chill. He's like, look, you shouldn't have it, but because it's the color of the school, I'm gonna allow it. And I was like, thank you, Dr.
That worked
Roy.
out well.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
like, listen, this is part of my job. I don't know what to tell you. It's just part of the brand. Like let me be. And so yeah.
She's an
I bet-
artist in and out, y'all. Down from the cosplaying, the music,
Right.
and I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but her makeup is always on point. So I have to ask, what's your makeup routine, dude?
Girl, okay. So it's so funny. I've actually never been asked that. So I don't even know.
I was
So
like, I'd be staring hard. I'm like, this girl is looking fresh to death, and I need to know what's on her face.
thank
Besides
you.
beauty.
I appreciate that so much. So okay. So I try to moisturize. I actually use it's like technically like eczema cream, but for like babies. And so I
Okay.
put that on because I have pretty combo skin, but it's pretty dry for the most part. But I'll use that. I use like the not L'Oreal. What is it called? It's expensive. What is it called? Anyway, it's like not like NARS, but it's kind of like NARS.
Laura Mercier.
Thank you. Yes. I was like, what is this? I actually buy some too. So
Oh, y'all have a cover of Black Sheep, I see.
we do.
Yeah, Geek Jury says, I love y'all's cover of Black Sheep.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that one's a fun one. We very much enjoy playing music that we like to listen to or we grew up listening to, and obviously Scott Pilgrim was like one of the big ones. And
Yes.
love
Scott Pilgrim. Yes.
I know, it's so good. And then yeah, everybody was just super down to cover it, so we were like, yeah, let's just cover it, who cares? Like, and then we like there's like a service you have to pay for like licensing, and we were like, oh, if we just pay this, we can post our cover of it on Spotify. And they were like, yeah, and I was like, so
Heyo.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh. By the
didn't
way,
know that.
guys, they're also on
That's
Spotify.
awesome. Nice.
It's on Spotify or whatever.
Hey, I'm assuming, can they find all the links to y'all's songs and your different performances coming up on y'all's website?
Yes, you can find
Okay.
it everywhere at rozyofficial.com.
Okay, so that's for those listening because we have audio and video. It's www.rozyofficial.com.
Yes.
So I have a question though, real quick. We've got about 7 minutes left, and
I'll tell you.
you mentioned something about writing songs. Do y'all write mostly original songs other than the covers y'all do? Do y'all do y'all's own songs?
Yeah, we do our own songs. We have a new one dropping at the end of this month. Really excited to do that one because we're working with a new producer, and he works out of a studio out in Virginia Beach called Mixstar Studios, and he's worked with like pretty much like all the top like charting songs and like albums right now. He worked on them, like, and I'm talking like for pop stuff. So it's nice to have somebody who knows what they're doing to kind of help you and guide you in that direction. Yeah, but we do write a lot of original music. It's more so just cover stuff is just to get people's attention if they don't know who you are.
That's the party when you do the parties and the private events.
Cool man.
Oh my goodness. So do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band and get into music? Go ahead and spiel.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to get into music, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard. Just because, but like it's hard because anything that's good, is gonna take a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of effort. Don't take no for an answer. Like before we even got to this point, my sister and I, were learning music, and we were playing coffee shops for like 4 hours on the weekends. So like, and we were in like 5th grade, 6th grade, and we are just doing that.
Wow.
Like make it happen. This is what we wanted to do since we were itty bitty, and like I said, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of no's. Also, too, if you're really young starting, people probably think you're like a novelty, especially for young girls. We were considered a novelty for a long time, and people really didn't take us seriously. And like, just don't let that discourage you. Just know it's just part of it. You know, you're not the only one that's done. You know that's happened to, and just honestly, just prove them wrong. Like, that's just the best thing. Like, there's so many times even now we'll be playing and we'll be like opening for a band, and they'll look at me and my sister, and it's funny because they'll go up to the guys instead and ask them the questions. And excuse me, and Eris will be like, I don't know, man. I'm not the one with the t-shirt on my face on it. Go talk to her. Yeah, and then like we'll play, and then afterwards, golly, the amount of comments. They're like, actually, when I first saw you guys, I didn't think you guys were gonna be very good, but y'all are actually really good. I'm like, wow, what a backhanded compliment.
Oh my goodness!
I feel like
have you lost weight? It's one of those compliments. You're like,
dog.
I don't know. That's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. But I would just say don't take no for an answer. If you love it and you really truly love it, it's good. It's the most rewarding thing. Don't be in it for the money because it doesn't make a lot of money. Especially nowadays, you have to be very creative with what you're doing. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm a musician. Like, you kind of have to be everything, just to be able to function. And at the end of the day, it's a privilege. It's a privilege. Like, I'm so grateful for what I do. I'm grateful I've been able to do it for as long as I've been doing it. I think it's like 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I think 15, because I was like 11 and I'm 25 now.
Bro.
Yeah.
Can you say protege?
That part, for real. She said, came out the womb with this voice.
Period. Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. It's so awesome and rewarding seeing younger girls, like, when we're done playing, when they like come and like that was so good, or like, I love Crybaby, or I love whatever. It's just like, they took the time to go and listen to that, and they took the time to go and to hear a portion of just my life, and an experience I've gone through, and I'm just so grateful. Like, so even whenever we get the crappy like no's, or we play the crappy shows, it's like, no, this is still a blessing. So many people would wish to be in the position that I'm in, and so I try really, really hard not to take it for granted, and just be grateful that I get to wake up and do this as my life.
Oh my goodness, yes, absolutely. Oh my god,
that's awesome. Wow.
See, that's so neat.
Thanks.
I'm so glad we had you on.
This is exactly
what I wanted to hear.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
So, you said your next show's in Spring, Texas. Is your next one coming up?
Yes, ma'am. Sawyer Park. It's a free show. They got good food. So
you hear that, people? She said free. That's F-R-E-E. That spells free. Credit report. Baby. Okay, I'm sorry.
I love that.
For free.
Oh, the free
food.
Free 99.
Free 99.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a good place. Sawyer Park's pretty great. And we got a 90-minute set. We're the only band playing, so you straight up get to watch Rozy play their new stuff, their old stuff, and then a lot of covers and just things that you'll enjoy.
I have to be there.
Oh,
I have to be there.
That'd be so fun.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
I have to be there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks again for joining us today. And y'all check out their show.
Everyone who is watching, if you watched it all the way through, go on Rozy's latest post and comment a little wand with stars to show that you actually watched all the way through. We'll give them a like and a follow on Spotify as well.
Yes. We got Instagram and the Facebooks.
Yes.
Oh,
you. All right. Make sure to we got works hard on here. She says like number one. And then she says free. Yes. Awesome, right?
Yes.
If y'all haven't had a chance to yet, make sure to smash that thumbs up and subscribe to Mombirella as well as CJ Peterson on YouTube and Yukita Cosplay on Instagrams. Make sure to check out RozyOfficial.com.
And go find their Instagram as well.
Yes.
Rozy on Instagram.
Yes. So next time, guys, get your wands to the
So we usually do wands for intro and outro.
I'm in Georgia today, so I don't have my official wand. So I'm a minion.
Just pretend like it's a wand. Like it's a wand.
Thanks.
So get your wands to the ready.